A great deal of grass on it, looked as though it might take some turn and also provide the seamers with some assistance. We join play now after Tony Greig has won the toss and decided England will bat. It's 25 for no wicket. Barry Wood has taken strike and left-arm pace bowler Gary Gilmore is the bowler.
And that's LBW, and that's the breakthrough, and Gilmore has done it again. Very good late in swinger, and Arthur Fagg having no hesitation at all. Gilmore coming over the wicket, moving the ball in sharply, and it looked a very good decision to me. No change in the field for David Steele. He's off the mark with 4 again. Except with the way that he got underway at Lords in the last Test match. Nice square drive from David Steele.
The outfield is very fast, both sides of the ground. No real chance there for Max Walker to cut that off. And 50 up for England with that 3 to David Steele. He goes into double figures on 11, 51 for 1 now, and it came up in 71 minutes. We're in the 16th over now. Four more. The thick outside edge again, David Steele.
He's got it away this time. Nobody down there. Hurrying away for 4 more. Applause then not only for that boundary, but for the 50 partnership between these two. That's a short one. Hooked away, deep long leg this time. Very fine indeed. And this man certainly isn't frightened of anything bowled short at him. It's a good shot. Really hammered that away off the back foot. Wasn't all that short, but very quickly into position. A 6th boundary now to David Steele as he moves his score on to 35. England 83 for 1. It's a great shot. All the way for 4 runs. Half volley, nicely timed, a big gap through extra cover. Edrich finds it.
England are 98 for 1, the first over after lunch. It's Walker to Edrich. It's a risky shot for 4 from John Edrich. 100 up. In only the 29th over of the innings. That's 4 of them, and he's there. So John Edrich making his 50 in 2 1/4 hours, just a shade less, with 7 fours. Sort of thick edge. Looks like 4 runs.
Shot. Nice timing that. No chance of Edwards cutting that off. Edwards just leant into that and it fairly raced away down the slope. And he's got him. It's a good catch by Ashley Mallett and well bowled by Thompson. He's worked very hard today for that wicket. John Edrich is the man out for 62. A very good innings from Edrich. And Thomson, the man who has broken through with the second wicket for Australia. 137 for 2 now.
Top of Pickish Edge, racing away down the hill. No chance of stopping it at all. So after labouring for a little while, David Steele goes through to second 50 in this Test match series. Opening at Lord's with an excellent 50 and once again doing a great job here for England. Coming in at number 3. And he's made 50 out of a total of 159 for 2. That's better. And that's LBW. Yes, that looked a good one. That's where he's been looking to pitch it the whole time. Coming in late. Hampshire on the back foot, as so many of the England cricketers were in that Prudential, and little hope at all once that ball comes in sharply.
He's caught him just before tea. The 4th wicket goes down. Fletcher is out for 8. Caught at Gully, and Steele remains 69 not out. So that is a disaster for England in a good little spell of bowling from Dennis Lilly, where he beat Fletcher a couple of times and then had him well caught by Mallet at Gully.
They must be lucky trousers there that David Steele's wearing. They wore him in his first Test match. He's going to stick by him. Might be able to afford a new pair after all this Test match money coming in. And so Greg comfortably away there, pushed into the vacant spaces. Mallet chasing it, the ball gathering pace the whole time and leaving him quite standing. Tony Greig now has completed the Test match double of 2,000 runs and 100 wickets in only his 41st Test. Wilfred Rhodes and Trevor Bailey, the only other two to have previously done that. And that's 4 runs from the moment it left the bat. Over pitch, beautifully put away through mid-wicket. So the 200 coming up for England, 202 now for 4, and Greig moving on to 11.
Thomson now to Steele. That's straight up in the air, and it's Walters underneath it, and it's taken quite safely, and Thompson's extra pace getting through there. As Jim Laker mentioned just a few minutes ago, Steele has had no trouble in hooking Lilly, but Thomson has troubled him, and he is out now for 73. Caught Walters, bowled Thomson with the total at 213 for 4. England's 213 for 5, finished up 288, an excellent performance. It may not seem all that many runs, but on this pitch with the ball starting to turn and moving off the seam, it could be quite a sizable total so far as the Australians are concerned. An excellent performance from John Edridge, 62, and David Steele once again won his battle with Dennis Lilly. He made 73, and 51 to Tony Greig showed the way in the middle of the order. 288 for England. Gary Gilmore, 6 for 85 from 31.2 overs and 10 maidens. Followed up his World Cup semi-final performance of 6 for 14 on the same ground. A fine effort from him, and England very much in the ascendancy. We joined play in the Australian innings at 8 for no wicket. Rick McCosker is the batsman. Bowler is Chris Old, a local boy from Headingley. Checking Hampshire, and he's out. That's caught. And Chris Old has broken through for England in his 3rd over of the innings. McCosker is out without scoring. Well caught by Hampshire, very low down. And the Australians are 8 for 1 wicket.
It's Greig now to Marsh. He too taking advantage, really put everything into that. Another over-pitch ball driven most forcibly through mid-off.
Bowled him, that's well bowled by John Snow. The second wicket for England, 53 on the board. A good piece of bowling from Snow. He has his first wicket at a cost of 9 runs. Marsh bowled for 25.
And he's bowled him with the worst ball he's bowled in his second over. Oh, would you believe it? A great start then for Phil Edmonds. Really very short indeed. Head in the air, Chappell looking to hook it away for 4. He's been waiting for one of those for a long time. Ross Edwards really going to be surrounded here. 2 slips, a gully, a silly point. And the wicket isn't a sticky by any means. There's just a quiet little bit of kid stakes going on. And that must make, yes, LBW first ball, and Phil Edmonds is on a hat-trick in his first Test match. Ross Edwards offering no shot, 1 ball, he and runner departing back to the pavilion, and Australia's turn to slump here now on 78 for 4. That's it, and he's caught him. Swept straight into Derek Underwood's hands behind square, and Greg Chappell goes really off the middle of the bat. So what a fairy tale start for Phil Edmonds. Taking both the Chappell's wickets, he's got rid of Ross Edwards, and all this has happened in the space of 3 overs.
That's out. A loose stroke from Gilmore, a shorter ball from Underwood, and Tony Greig takes the catch away to his left quite comfortably at shoulder height. And Australia now 96 for 6. A great breakthrough that. The first time Gilmore has really set himself for an attacking stroke. And he is out for 6. Caught Greig, bowled Underwood. Out. Caught it slip by Chris Old. Max Walker, a ball that's spun from off stump, who is committed to play at it, and a simple chance to Chris Old at first slip, and Australia 104 for 7.
And Doug Walters down the far end. He's on 19, 107 for 7, Australia. And he's given him out LBW. The quicker ball, the short one, not unlike, in fact, the ball that he took his first wicket with, that of Ian Chappell. That's slightly further up. And 5 wickets to Phil Edmonds in his first Test match.
The last 2 Australian wickets, Dennis Lillee and Jeff Thompson, fell to John Snow to give him an excellent performance. 3 for 22 from 18.5 overs and 7 maidens, but a thoroughly disappointing performance from the Australians, all out for 135, 153 behind, and Phil Edmonds, 20 overs, 7 maidens, 5 for 28 on his debut. Well, England made great strides in their second innings. We join play now after they've added 55 without loss. Max Walker is the bowler, and Barry Wood is taking strike. Very close indeed, yes. Barry Wood's second time in the match. That really was a piece of misjudgment. Max Walker's big in-swinger and not playing a shot.
Well, he's bowled him. The quicker ball there, pushed through. Edrich trying to pull it away. Never really quite short enough for him to successfully make that shot. And the departure of John Edrich, the second Englishman out here in the second innings. He made 35.
And that's an even better one. No need to chase that. 4 runs. Mallett, his first ball back over the wicket rather than round. That was a good stroke from David Steele.
It's Lillee coming in now from the far end. And that's it this time. No second chance offered to him. Greg Chappell taking a good catch there. Went very, very sharply off the bat. And a familiar flash outside the off stump from Fletcher again, causing his downfall. And giving a first, second in his wicket to Dennis Lillee. It's Greg now facing Lilly. That's a confident way to get off the mark, helping that in-swing around on the leg side. Nicely timed shot, nudging it away, and the pace of Lilly, seeing that ball speed away for 4. Thompson now to Greg. There's a full pitch, steered away nicely by Greg past Gilmore. So moving on with a second boundary, taking his score on to 8.
Oh, that's a good delivery. It's 4 runs. That was a very good piece of bowling from Lilly in the middle of a good spell. Beat Tony Greig there with pace and movement off the pitch. Good shot. And there's the answer from Tony Greig. Big smile there. Lilly had a few words with him when he edged that one past leg stump, and that was the perfect answer.
It's a genuine half volley, firmly hit through mid-off. Thompson chasing it, giving it away. So at last David Steele finds the boundary. He's beaten Gilmore this time, much to the relief of David Steele, because that single takes him through to yet another 50. And David Steele is Northamptonshire cricketer, acknowledging the applause of this crowd. What a consistent performer he's been.
Good shot. Full toss. Thompson trying for the Yorker there, over-pitched, and Tony Greig wasting no time. If that's the way the session's going to go, it will be tremendous entertainment. He's out, caught and bowled for 49, a full toss, and in fact Mallett has struck quickly, and that really is a vital wicket for Australia, because Tony Greig looked as though he might massacre them this morning. Out for 49, caught and bowled Mallett. It's a mis-stumping, and he's out. Mis-stumping by Marsh, but it bounced back off the pads. Well, that's bad luck for Chris Holt and good luck for Rodney Marsh. Didn't get his gloves to it. It's good, also very good luck for Ashley Mallett. Old hitting over the top of it. It hit Marsh on the gloves and rebounded, you could see there, straight back onto the stumps. It's out. It's a good catch too. That went very fast to Greg Chappell. John Hampshire, naught. And the 6th wicket down for 210, and I think Thompson deserved that one. He really is bowling fast out there now. It left John Hampshire a little bit, and it went very fast indeed to Greg Chappell.
And Steele, a fine shot, using his feet beautifully down the pitch, and it's into the crowd. A great 6 then by David Steele. That's certainly got this big Monday morning crowd on their feet. The flags are waving. Skillfully placed again by Steele. Nicely timed shot off the back foot. So just beating McCosker through there. David Steele with that boundary, 6 for 4, moving on to 77. That's his best score in this series. That's a great stop. The white signalled, which made it an even better stop, really. An awful long way down the leg side. And it swung away again with the in-swing. That's the direction in which You can afford to throw the bat, helping to swing along through mid-wicket to second boundary, and this over to Alan Knott. He moves on to 18. England total on to 255 for 6. And Steele, that's another fine shot. Really good control, clip past square leg there by David Steele. And just look at that. Who would have thought that Alan Knott would have played a shot like that off Jeff Thompson, right into the crowd for 6. Thompson to Steele. That's a fine shot. First time he's really been able to time the hook off Jeff Thompson, got into position nicely. David Steele with that boundary, taking his score now on to 92. That's out. So Steele not to make his 100, and the crowd here hardly realised what had happened. It was such a snappy catch there by Greg Chappell at mid-wicket. There was silence here of a few seconds until they saw David Steele head bowed a little on his way back to the pavilion after another really excellent effort. Out for 92, caught by Greg Chappell at mid-wicket off the bowling of Gary Gilmore. And the 7th wicket going down for England with their score on 272. So Dennis Lillee to have his first bowl of the morning. Let's see. Oh, would you believe it? That's the second fine catch. Seemed to all intents and purposes that Thompson wasn't going to get anywhere near that at all. Tremendous leap in the air, pulled it out of the sky with one hand. Really great entertainment here this morning. Fine catches, good bits of bowling, some excellent shots.
England began at 184 for 3. They've made 101 in this hour and a half. Rodney Marsh also going after it is Turner behind square leg. The 9th wicket goes down. Alan Turner, the man completing the catch there for Gary Gilmore's 2nd wicket. Edmonds getting a top edge to the bouncer. Marsh went for it. Turner called his and took it quite safely. That's a good catch. Very good catch by Rodney Marsh. Bottom edge and running away from him down the leg side, and the England 2nd innings finishes at 291. That's a good performance from England, 291 to go with their 288 in the first innings. Another excellent innings from David Steele for 92 after a good stand for the opening pair between Wood and Edrich. 49 to Tony Greig, who's enjoying a wonderful season since he's been made captain. 445 for Australia to win. We join play now with the Australians 55 for no wicket in their 2nd innings. Rodney Marsh, who's been called in as opener, is facing Derek Underwood. Bowled him. Marsh was aiming through the gap, through mid-on. Good slow ball. That was really well bowled by Derek Underwood. He held that back, and Marsh was through with the stroke much too early. It is Derek Underwood's 200th wicket in Test cricket. Rodney Marsh bowled Underwood for 12. 220 for 3 at the close of play. That was a wonderful innings from Ian Chappell, 62 with the ball turning and moving off the seam. And Rick McCosker, 95 not out at the close of play, 220 for 3. And the Australians still needing 225 to win, 7 wickets in hand. Well, that, I'm afraid, is as far as it went, because the George Davis Committee got to work. They poured oil on the pitch and they dug it up at the football ground end, and there was no further play. As it turned out, it didn't matter very much. They could have saved themselves the trouble because it rained for most of the day, and the game finished up as a draw, or to put it in its more correct terminology, it was abandoned owing to outside influences. It was all very sad. Whether it was worthwhile or not is something the people concerned will know, but it was sad for the players and for those following the game who had in prospect one of the great finishers